The 2019 NYSPH SAA Class D Lacrosse State Championship of New York is coming to you exclusively on the NFHS Network. So glad you're with us here today. My name is Gene Battaglia, as this should be a great matchup here today between the Lafayette Onondaga Lancers, coming in today with a 12-7 record, against the Briarcliffe Bears. Briarcliffe with an 18-4 record. Briarcliffe coached by Alfredo Mayola. Lafayette Onondaga, coached by Chris O'Hara. Let's give you the starting lineups. We send it over to the public address announcer.
In goal for the Bears, number 7, Ian Leahy. Briarcliffe Bears head coach is Alfred Mayola. I may have forgotten our Onondaga goalie. Starting in goal for Lancers, number 1, Colin Dix.
So Dix and Leahy getting the goaltending assignments today. Briarcliffe in the white with the navy and orange. Lafayette Onondaga with the green and gold, the hunter green and the gold trim. As both teams coming out here, first it's Lafayette. They will be defending the cage to my right as the sun begins to set here in Rochester. We're so glad you're with us. St. John Fisher College, our site, Growney Stadium, the training camp home of the Buffalo Bills. My name is Gene Battaglia. Gary Zajac, our director today, Kevin Thompson on camera. Briarcliffe today coming in with a 18-4 record. This is their first ever state championship game. They get here thanks to a 10-3 win in the semifinal over Mattituck on Wednesday. They defeated O'Neill 14-1 and got by in the first round over Schuylerville by a 5-3 score. The Lancers from Lafayette Onondaga get here in a 13-6 win in the semifinal over nearby Penn Yan. Back on June 1st, a 14-12 win over Shenango Forks. And Saquon River was the opponent. Lafayette winning in round one by a 19-8 score. Face-off on the Cardinal logo as we're getting ready for the Class D Championship. Whistle, and it's going to go over to Briarcliffe. Stepping onto the field, attackers. Noah Benson is a senior midi, as well as number 29, Matthew Waterhouse, the freshman. And the last one to step on, Anthony Capazzo, number 14. Briarcliffe in the white, Lafayette Onondaga in the green. Noah Benson on the far numbers. Benson has it knocked away. Maybe he just dropped it. That's a contested ball, and that'll be picked up by Lafayette. With the ground ball, Zach Delaney. Zach Delaney, however, losing his footing. He has to cough it up in the air. Actually, that's Ethan Gentile. Gentile getting it back. Gentile will step into the box. And the successful clear and the good defense by Lafayette. First time the Lancers go on the attack. They have a attack that's led by Dylan Lyons. He's got 54 goals on the season. Lyons wearing number 15. Stepping on will be 29, Soccerway Papineau. Papineau will drop down to the right hash. Instead, it goes over to the far side. Dylan Lyons to the near side. The shot and the goal. Zach Delaney picking the top corner. It's 1-0 Lancers. So Lions will get an assist on that. That comes 1:39 into this game. It's 1-0 Lafayette Onondaga. Papineau to take the draw for Lafayette Onondaga. Digging it out will be Briarcliffe. Donahue then gets upended. Flag coming down. Whistle, and we'll have our first man up today. Jason Holbrook, the defender, will go for 1 minute. So Briarcliffe, second offensive possession today. Colin Dix is the goaltender. He stepped out there. It's an empty cage, but he gets back in quickly. Here's the shot from the outside. Dix got his stick on it. Ground ball being kicked around. And Zach Delaney had it, and that will be sent back to Dix. Man down, a clearing attempt coming up for the Lancers, and this vocal Lafayette Onondaga crowd is wild. Will step it ahead. 26 seconds remaining in the man up, and that's going to be going over to Briarcliffe. Briarcliffe from Section 1, that is north of the Tappan Zee. Now the officials are conferring. Let's see if they stick with the original call. Yeah, it is going to be indeed going the other direction. Briarcliffe advancing. It's Waterhouse. 17 seconds remaining in the man up for the Bears. From the outside, Riccardi. The shot, that will go wide. Still Briarcliffe ball, 8 seconds remaining. Man up. Capazzo. Back out between the hashes. Now we're back to even strength. As racing out will be Gentile, the defender. Shot bounced wide. Possession still remaining. Stepping onto the field is Brandon Rispoli. 22 Rispoli. Over to the left side. Rispoli has it between the hashes. Capazzo. Long possession here for Briarcliffe. 1-0 is our score. Lafayette Onondaga. Capasso. Now to the near side to Rispoli. Rispoli in front. The shot. Kyle Proctor, number 1, with the goal. Kyle Proctor making it a 1-1 game.
And Briarcliffe ties it up. Number 1, Kyle Proctor, assisted by Jack Ricciardi. Proctor from Ricciardi.
So Ricciardi getting the assist. 1-1 our score. 8:02 remaining in the first. Briarcliffe winning the draw, but then a flag coming down. And an additional flag coming down to the end as Donahue is holding his wrist, taking that slash. All right, so they're going to call 2 penalties on this. 1 for the hold and 1 for the slash. So 130. So 2 penalties going against Suckerway Papineau. So 130. Long man up here. Briarcliffe 0 for 1 so far, as we're 7:42 remaining in the first. 1-1 is our score. Shanna defense comes from the Lafayette faithful. The shot, a goal right in front, finding the color. That's Anthony Capasso. Capasso, man up goal, giving Briarcliffe a 2-1 lead. So Ricciardi picking up his second assist here in the first quarter. So that will release the penalty. Briarcliffe 1 for 2 on the man up today. 2-1, Bears with the advantage. Donahue, who was shaking up that last play, is going to win this draw. Papineau right on his tail. Donahue is going to take it to the far side. And now Briarcliffe will check in their offensive personnel. As we mentioned at the top, this is the first time Briarcliffe has made it to the state championship game. Just north of White Plains and the Tappan Zee, Briarcliffe from Section 1. We welcome their viewers, and we welcome everybody in Section 3 watching along, and welcome everybody, for that matter, New York State and beyond, the NFHS network. Capasso, who has a goal, will send it back. Waterhouse. Waterhouse on the left numbers, sends it behind the cage. Shot goes wide. Spencer Rockmore, the senior attacker, but this will remain Briarcliffe ball. We're exactly at the midway point here of the first quarter. 2-1, Briarcliffe with the advantage. Waterhouse on the left side. Waterhouse fires. That goes wide. Who's closest? It will be Briarcliffe. Ricciardi falls down, and stepping in will be Colin Dix, the keeper, to trap it. The outlet pass going right ahead to long pole Holbrook. Holbrook will now step off the field. Successful clear for Lafayette Onondaga, and they'll get to work. The Lancers down by 1, 2-1, our score. 5:15 remaining in the first. Zach Delaney on the left hash. Stepping out for a run this time will be Mason Homer, number 20. Homer will get it between the hashes. Slot comes over. With it, 17, Delaney. Delaney trying to get away from the defender. Gets a pick. Delaney, 3 defenders around him. Will dish it off to Jakowski. Now over to the far side. The shot scores, and we are tied. So Dylan Lyons getting the goal. Making it 2-2. 4:33 remaining in this first. Face-off won by Briarcliffe. But in a little bit of trouble is Aiden Murnane. Murnane will get it ahead, and they will step into the box. Noah Benson will step out, number 24, to join the attack. In a 2-2 game. Kyle Proctor with one of those goals. He's got the ball on the far numbers. And now Briarcliffe will change up their personnel as Reich will step off, number 12. Stepping on will be 14, Anthony Capasso. Capasso out there with Waterhouse. Capasso will now drift back instead to get a running start. Over to the left hash goes Waterhouse. Waterhouse faked the lefty shot, but he's got Holbrook right on him defensively. Feed, offline, intercepted. That's Nate Fry, the defender, with a caused turnover. More like an interception. Clearing attempt right up the center of the field comes Zach Delaney. Delaney to the far side. And Lafayette Onondaga will get the clear. Lancers go back to work. We're going to take back the lead here. They got off to the 1-0 lead, 2-1, and then a tying goal moments ago from Dylan Lyons. Down to 2:50 remaining here in the first quarter. Mason Homer has it between the hashes. Homer. Now we'll swing it behind the cage to Hill. Hill. Shot. That goes well wide. A lot of English on that one by Ethan Gentile. Zach Delaney swinging it over to Homer. Homer fires and scores. Mason Homer is 23rd of the season. Lafayette Onondaga taking back the lead. It's 3-2. .215 remaining in the first. .32 Lafayette Onondaga with the lead. Getting down low, Michael Donahue. Donahue will win the draw for Briarcliffe. Now it's Briarcliffe's turn. They go on the attack. Down by 1. Delaney will come out defensively. Anthony Capasso offensively for Briarcliffe in the white with the navy helmets, orange trim. The Bears, their team nickname. Waterhouse stepping out. And one last change as Reich will step off. And stepping on will be 24, Noah Benson. 1:32 remaining here in the first quarter as behind the cage this will go. Shot, save made. Colin Dix hugging that goalpost. Dix is going to take it himself behind the cage. Colin Dix on the far side, and wonder if Lafayette will call the timeout. No, Dix is thinking big things downfield. Long clearing pass, and it will be a clear. Dylan Lyons, their leading scorer, coming up with it. And now, if they want to, they can play for the last shot here. Can Lafayette Onondaga, as we're under a minute to go here. Shooting toward the Ralph C. Wilson Athletic Center side of the field. Here's the shot that went off a body in front. Briarcliffe will maintain the possession with, I beg your pardon, Lafayette has the possession. Trevor Hill. And we might have a clock issue here. So they want to put 7 seconds back up on the clock here. Zach Delaney. 39 seconds remaining in the corner. Delaney sends it over the left hash. Now over to the right hash to Dylan Lyons. Lyons drawing the long pole of Murnane. 25 seconds remaining in the corner. Shot that was deflected. Andrew Kanofsky with the deflection, preventing that shot by Zach Delaney. They're still going to rule it Lafayette ball. 20 seconds remaining in the quarter. Lyons flings it behind the net. Trevor Hill is back behind the net. Mason Homer is calling for it. Homer instead is going to set a pick. 7 seconds remaining in the quarter. Dylan Lyons with it. Lyons pulling his way in. The shot, save made. It's going to roll out of bounds. And, well, with .6 remaining, nothing can happen here, really, as the shot and the horn will sound. We've reached the end of the first quarter. Lafayette fans are on their feet. So too are the Briarcliffe fans as we go to the second. It's Lafayette Onondaga 3 and Briarcliffe 2. It's the 2019 NYS PHSAA Class D Lacrosse New York State Championship on the NFHS Network.
A smile, such a simple gesture, an effortless contraction of muscles, a flash of teeth. Healthy smiles have the power to spread joy, courage, and love. When you smile, it transforms you and the world around you. So if you feel the urge, go ahead and use that simple gesture to spread joy. Keep your smile healthy and strong. Choose Delta Dental, protecting more smiles than anyone.
What a great day of lacrosse here today. Groundy Stadium, St. John Fisher College. Gene Battaglia with you. Gary Zajac, our director. Kevin Thompson is on camera. Thank you for logging on to the NFHS network. As now the face-off will begin. Zach Delaney taking this. Once again will be Michael Donahue for Briarcliffe. Lafayette Onondaga now will be shooting to my right. Keating Terrace, they call it here at St. John Fisher College. Briarcliffe shooting to my left is face-off cleanly won by Donahue. Donahue thinking more. Donahue fires and scores. That is not face-off get off. That's face-off guys scoring and tying this game. Michael Donahue winning the draw. We are tied at 3. Just 8 seconds into this game. Into this second quarter. And face-off won this time by Lafayette Onondaga. Coming away with a Sakirwede Papanow. Two evenly matched teams. Lancers played a tough schedule. They had a 12-7 record. Chris O'Hara in his first year as the head coach. 18-4 the record for Briarcliffe this season. As Mason Homer shoots, goes off the side of the net. Might have hit the iron. Regardless, it'll be Briarcliffe coming up with a rebound to the near side as getting that ground ball was Aiden Murnane. He'll send it over to the opposite side. Here's the clear for Briarcliffe. They'll find somebody wide open. It's Nicholas Reich. Reich over to Proctor. Proctor, the double team will come by. Now he wants to run out of that, reset the whole thing. Wait for some substitutions here. As Reich will run off of the field. 10:42 and counting remaining in the second. It's a 3-3 game. Capasso over to the far side to Brandon Rispoli. Capasso to the near side, to the near numbers. Kyle Proctor with it. Proctor has it stripped. That's a ground ball. With the strip, Kobe Thomas, but Proctor will get it back. Proctor thought about going in and shooting. He will not. He will pull back. Outside of the numbers, open set here for the Bears. 2 minutes gone by here in the second. Waterhouse has it stripped from behind. Jason Holbrook with the caused turnover as Holbrook now will run it himself up the field. Holbrook finding a man on the far side. Now he'll get off. Successful clear for Lafayette. Big play there for Jason Holbrook. As the Lancers go to work shooting toward our right. Homer fires, and the save. Now, I never got through, I don't think. Did not. Defender for Briarcliffe in trouble on the far side. Murnane, that results in a ground ball. Flag going up in the air. Ball will roll out of bounds here. Kicked out, and we'll see who is going. So the penalty is going to be against Briarcliffe. It's going to go against Andrew Kanofsky. So for Lafayette, this is their first man up today. Gentile. His feed is going to be close. Who's going to get to it? It indeed is going to be nobody behind the cage there. Briarcliffe with a clearing attempt, man down. 17 seconds remaining in their man down. Slipping on the turf ever so much was Reich. Reich will take it to the far side. Finding a man, that'll be 19. Aiden Murnane. Murnane will step into the box. Back to even strength, so Lafayette 0 for 1 with a man advantage today. We're down to 8:28 remaining in the second quarter, a 3-3 game. Proctor on the near numbers. Now Proctor will drop down low in front of the crease. Defense gets over there. Rockmore with it. Rockmore shot. Save is made by Colin Dix. Colin Dix trapping into the crease. And he'll walk it up the field uncontested here, looking for somebody to feed it to. Dix, well, choosing perhaps not the right choice. That's going to result in a turnover. And Mason Homer getting belted at midfield while rolling all the way to the opposite end. And now Briarcliffe, they'll get it ahead. Briarcliffe, unsettled situation in front. That goes off the stick. And then coming out to make the save will be Colin Dix. Dix going ahead. Dix finding a man. Ahead this goes to 17, Delaney. Zach Delaney in transition, far side. Tic-tac-toe, and that goes just wide. But it will be Lancer ball. Trevor Hill, 48 goals on the season. Thinking 49th there, but sent it wide. Gentile. Ethan Gentile has it stripped. Going back to the keeper, Ian Healy. Wearing number 13 today. Successful clear for Briarcliffe. 3-3 our score. Donahue with the only goal coming in the second. That came off the opening face-off, 8 seconds in. Anthony Capasso will step out. And Briarcliffe has who they want on the field for the sequence, as Noah Benson also joining the offense. Feig Proctor fires. And big save. Getting that left foot out there was Colin Dix. Still Briarcliffe ball. Capasso on the right hash. Capasso guarded by Mason Homer. His feed intercepted. Nate Fry, second time he's intercepted a feed today. Here's the clear going over to Homer on the far side. Mason Homer will bring it ahead. Successful clear into the box. This goes 5:19 remaining in the second. Still a 3-3 game. There's a timeout called. Alfredo Mayola. Make that a timeout called by Chris O'Hara of the Lancers. It'll be charged to Lafayette Onondaga the timeout. We'll take a break as well with 5:15 remaining here in the second. It's the 2019 NYS PHSAA Class D Championship on the NFHS Network.
Coaches teach your kids to dream. Coaches teach your kids to overcome. Coaches teach your kids good sportsmanship. Coaches teach your kids proper technique. But who teaches your coaches?
Thank you for watching the NFHS Network. My name is Gene Battaglia. Today, good game we have here in the Class D Championship. This is the way to cap it off, and this will be the final lacrosse game in the boys' lacrosse season in New York State this season. Zach Delaney got things started for Lafayette Onondaga, making it 1-0. Kyle Proctor making it 1-1. Capasso making it 2-1 on a man up, but then Dylan Lyons with his 55th of the season. Lafayette 2-2. Homer with the goal, 2:15 remaining in the first, and we ended the first quarter with a 3-2 Lafayette Onondaga lead. But then Donahue won the draw and ran right up the middle of the field, and Donahue scoring 8 seconds in, and that's where we are right now. 5:15 now remaining in the second. It's a 3-3 game. Lafayette in the green, designated the home team in this affair. Gentile. And it goes over to the near side. Dylan Lyons. Ground ball as Papanow couldn't hold it. Now a flag comes down too. Probably the same thing they saw going up high on that one. And this will go against Lafayette Onondaga. Zachary Papanow, the senior, will take a knee, wearing number 20. So 1 minute for the cross check by Papanow. Briarcliffe today 1 for 2 on the man up. Here's an opportunity to take the lead back with 4:46 remaining before halftime. Noah Benson steps into the box. Now we'll pull back. Benson over to Ricciardi. Losing the handle is Waterhouse, but over there, nobody there for Lafayette Onondaga. Ricciardi able to pick up that ground ball. He'll send it back to Benson. Brockmore is out there as well. We're now halfway through the man up for Briarcliffe. Shot from the outside, sailing very high. Matthew Waterhouse letting that one fly. Proctor with it, sends it behind the cage. Shot from the outside, save is made. Capasso letting that one go, and another save made by Colin Dix. Penalty has expired, so as the whistle blows, the sixth player comes back on defense here. So Briarcliffe now 1 for 3 with the man advantage today. We're down to 3.5 minutes remaining here in this first half. A 3-3 game. On the far numbers, 14, Capasso. Sending it back to Waterhouse on the near hatch. Waterhouse fires. That goes well wide. And still Briarcliffe with a nice long possession here. Still continuing after the man up. Giving their defense a breather. Ricciardi sends a ground ball shot that'll roll wide. Let go by Capasso. Now this possession's been over 2 minutes now. Benson. Benson trying to work his way in. The shot, getting a piece of that was Dix. That deflects out. Who's closest? They're still going to say Briarcliffe ball. Good hustle by Waterhouse, who will inbound. 2:35 remaining here in the half. 3-3 our score remains. Briarcliffe, maybe they just need a timeout here, and that'll help out certainly Lafayette Onondaga's defense. Timeout coming with 2:33 remaining. 3-3 score. It's the 2019 New York State PHSAA Class D Championship on the NFHS Network.
A smile, such a simple gesture, an effortless contraction of muscles, a flash of teeth. Healthy smiles have the power to spread joy, courage, and love. When you smile, it transforms you and the world around you. So if you feel the urge, go ahead and use that simple gesture to spread joy. Keep your smile healthy and strong. Choose Delta Dental, protecting more smiles than anyone.
You know, this is how it started, the New York State tournament for the Bears. They won 5-3 over Schuylerville, survived that. And then the next two games, the quarterfinals and semifinals, not as close. 14-1 win over O'Neill, and then over Mattituck in the semifinal to get to this championship game by a 10-3 score. So Briarcliffe has experience playing these low-scoring, close affairs. Rishardi taking it behind the cage. Now to the near hash to Rockmore. Rockmore drawing the long pole of Wyatt Weil. Proctor. Less than 2 minutes now remaining in the first half. In a possession that's gone over 3 minutes here for Briarcliffe. Noah Benson. Benson, dishing it off. That's a ground ball. That's going to be picked up. Mason Homer off to the races. Homer, unsettled situation. Homer dishing it off down low. Getting it to the right man, Dylan Lyons, but the defense was there, and Lyons wisely not throwing away the possession here with Reed Jakowski, Andrew Konofsky, and now a timeout called by Lafayette, their second of this half. Timeout by Lafayette coming with 1:24 remaining. So glad you're with us here today. The 2019 New York State Class D Championship, the NFHS Network. While we have a minute, let's congratulate Massapequa. They started off today's quadruple header, Class A. I'm turning to Gary and Kevin, my producers. You guys, does that seem like yesterday or last week, Class A? That was actually this morning. It was a long day today. Massapequa winning over Fairport, which is impressive considering, well, Fairport you can kind of walk to. So Fairport certainly had the home field advantage here today. But Massapequa, congratulations. They are the state champions of Class A. Victor in Section 5 taking Class B today. Congratulations to Jim Andre and his Blue Devils. Once again, another state championship. And it was Shoreham Wading River, 12-7. Mike Taylor and the Wildcats, which we called for you earlier today. Congratulations to the Wildcats. They had the win over Jamesville DeWitt. This game, no clue which way this is going to go. So for fans logging on for either team, this is what you want in a championship game. Well played, and certainly going to go down to the wire here. 3-3 is our score. Hey, here's something we haven't had for a long time, and that is an offensive possession here by Lafayette Onondaga. And they might just hold for the last shot here. You don't know. There's 1:14 remaining before halftime. Dylan Lyons on the near numbers. He's their main playmaker. Wearing a new number today. Wearing 33. Gentile on the far side. Sends it behind the cage, going to Trevor Hill. Trevor Hill on the near side to Lyons. 45 seconds remaining in the quarter. Lyons double teamed, then he dished it off. Losing the handle was Gentile. A ground ball on the far side. Going to result there, the unforced error. And with that, the timeout called. Briarcliffe, 35 seconds remaining, 35.2 remaining. So Briarcliffe clearing attempt, and once they get that, they might have a good opportunity to perhaps take the lead before the end of the first half. scoring today, to recap, if you're just logging on, Delaney from Lions making it 1-0 for Lafayette. 10:21 remaining in the first. Kyle Proctor tied it up for Briarcliffe from Ricciardi. Ricciardi would also assist on the second goal. That would give Briarcliffe the lead, and the lead changed their man up. Capasso with the goal. That coming just 40 seconds after. 7:26 remaining in the first. It was a 2-1 lead for Briarcliffe. Dylan Lyons would add his 55th of the season. Lyons making the score 2-2, 4:33 remaining in the first. Mason Homer giving Lafayette the lead back 3-2 with 2:15 remaining. And then Donahue winning the draw to begin the second quarter, and then just running up the middle of the field 8 seconds in, winning the draw, scoring the goal. 3-3 is where we're at. Now, there's 35 seconds remaining. Clearing attempt for the Bears. First things first, they have to break the ride, and then can they get a good shot off? They will get the clear. The shot in the goal. That's the long pole. Fired up. Andrew Kanofsky, the senior defender, gives Briarcliffe a 4-3 lead.
Briarcliffe goal, number 16, Andrew Kanofsky, assisted by number 29, Matthew Waterhouse. Kanofsky with the long stick.
So in hockey, the adage they have, don't give up a goal in the last minute or the beginning or end of any period. Well, for Lafayette Onondaga, they've given up a goal in the opening seconds here of the second, now in the closing seconds as well. And credit to Alfredo Mayola with calling that timeout, but now thinking they want to tie the game. There's only 14 seconds remaining. Lions, double team, Lions sending it back. Here's the shot at the horn. Off the iron! Zach Delaney, that'll carry him all the way out, and the horn will sound. That close to a tie game, but not going in. What a first half. Briarcliffe 4, Lafayette Onondaga 3. Now don't go anywhere. Good time to go get a drink of water, do what you got to do. We'll be back with you a minute before the face-off in the second half. Again, our score at the half, 4-3. Briarcliffe leading Lafayette Onondaga. It's the 2019 New York State PHSAA Class D Championship on the NFHS Network.
Just a reminder, kids who participate in high school activities tend to go a little farther than those who don't. Take part. Get set for life. It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Coaches teach your kids to dream. Coaches teach your kids to overcome. Coaches teach your kids good sportsmanship. Coaches teach your kids proper technique. But who teaches your coaches?
All right, this is Adam. Take 2. Mark.
Yes.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
The NFHS Learning Center is the leader in online education for the interscholastic community. At nfhslearn.com, you can find over 60 courses for coaches, administrators, officials, parents, students, and performing arts programs, including over 25 free courses such as concussion in sports, heat illness prevention, sudden cardiac arrest, and protecting students from abuse. For more information, visit the NFHS Learning Center.
A smile, such a simple gesture, an effortless contraction of muscles, a flash of teeth. Healthy smiles have the power to spread joy, courage, and love. When you smile, it transforms you and the world around you. So if you feel the urge, go ahead and use that simple gesture to spread joy. Keep your smile healthy and strong. Choose Delta Dental, protecting more smiles than anyone.
One last half of lacrosse here in the New York State season. It's the 2019 NYS PHSAA Class D State Championship on the NFHS Network. Welcome once again, Groundy Stadium, on the campus of St. John Fisher College. My name is Gene Battaglia. Gary Zajac is our producer, our director, and as well as Kevin Thompson manning the camera today. 4-3 is our score to begin the second half. Lafayette Onondaga Lancers in dark green. Briarcliffe in the navy helmets, the white uniforms. Briarcliffe winning the draw is Donahue, sending it over to Proctor. Michael Donahue won a draw at the beginning of the second quarter and went all the way down the middle of the field and scored. This time he'll get off as Briarcliffe will work it around behind the back of the cage. Spencer Rockmore being tightly defended. That's going to be intercepted. Reading that one, Colin Dix. Dix, the outlet pass, finding his man, Jason Holbrook. Holbrook that has it swatted away from behind, and they'll rule that over now to Briarcliffe. Good ride there for Briarcliffe, and now it'll be the turn to ride here for Lafayette Onondaga. Reed Jakowski. Make that Andrew Konofsky. Konofsky has a goal in this game. The long pole, that's actually the goal that put him ahead with 22 seconds remaining in the second quarter. The feed in front, lone goal. Jack Ricciardi, who already has 2 assists today, he's got his third point, this one coming on a goal. And for the first time today, we have a team with more than a 1-goal lead. It's 5-3 Briarcliffe. Briarcliffe has scored the last 3 goals in this game. Comes 1:07 into this third quarter. 5-3 Briarcliffe with the lead. Oh, and then just overrunning it, but nobody there for Lafayette. But now finally fighting his way is Holbrook. Holbrook fires. Save made. Big save by Ian Healy. And the rebound carrying out to the far side. Holbrook trying to get it back there, but it's Kevin O'Donnell who will send it ahead. O'Donnell getting it to 22, Brandon Rispoli. Rispoli along the far sideline will enter the offensive side of the field. Sending over to the near side, a little bit of space for Capasso into the box. Thought about firing, instead he'll work it behind the cage. Rockmore. Lafayette fans now banging their feet on the metal grandstands here at Groundy Stadium. Backing up is Rockmore. Spencer Rockmore guarded by the long pole of Weil. Still with it is Rockmore. Now he'll give himself a little more space. 9.5 minutes remaining in the third. Rockmore fights off a check. Here's the feed in front. Falling down on the play and then going high into the air to get that loose ball. Ricciardi had it in front. A ground ball, but nobody around. That's going to be scooped up. Bulling his way ahead is 12, Gentile. Gentile will just throw it back. Successful clear. As ahead, this will go to Delaney. Shot. Scores. Going down low. Trevor Hill. Trevor Hill with a quick shot, catching the keeper a little off guard. And now it's 5-4, breaking that 3-0 run. 8:59 remaining. Trevor Hill is 49th of the season. Trevor Hill is 49th of the season, unassisted. 8:59 remaining in the third. 5-4 Briarcliffe. Donahue winning the draw, trying to find some help. He has it stripped. Couldn't dish it off to anybody. Stripped away. Reed Jakowski. The cause turnover, and he'll send it ahead. Now, here's an opportunity for Lafayette Onondaga to tie this game. Ethan Gentile stepping out to join the attack. Mason Homer has it. Dylan Lyons now over to the near numbers. This goes. Pulling his way in. No flag on the play as that's going to be intercepted. Here's the loose ball, and up the field comes Rispoli. Rispoli with a man behind him. Rispoli putting on the brakes. Fires, sends it wide, and this will remain Briarcliffe possession. Brandon Rispoli knew he had a man behind the cage and let that one go. Feed intercepted. Kobe Thomas taking that away. Here's the ride, and that's more of an unforced error, if you will, by Holbrook, who loses the handle. Loose ball midfield, still contested, and finally coming up with it will be number 4, Jack Rishardi. Rishardi then gets planted, and they're going to get the extra English on that. Jason Holbrook. If that was football, they call it a declear, and he'll take a knee here. Man up, upcoming for Briarcliffe. Can't go up high like that. So Holbrook, 1 minute for the cross check. 5-4 is our score with 7:22 remaining here in the third. Proctor sends it behind the net. Shot from the outside, picking that cleanly. And then the long outlet pass, man down. Big save by Colin Dix. And now can Dylan Lyons get to it or someone else? That someone else will be the Briarcliffe Bears. As Andrew Konofsky helping out with that ground ball. The feed now to the near side to Capasso. Capasso into the box, so there's 15 seconds remaining in the Briarcliffe man up. Konofsky, parallel to the goal line. Now this will go between the hashes, football 30-yard line. Rishardi sends that wide, and the penalty has expired. So Briarcliffe today 1 for 4 with the man up. But they still maintain the possession with 6:16 remaining here in the third. It's a 5-4 Bears lead. Shot going just wide, and then racing to it was Proctor. He'll pick up a ball on the end line. Proctor will push it back. And now Briarcliffe will spread it out. Dropping down low is 8, Spencer Rockmore. Ball right now at the football 40-yard line is advancing is Waterhouse. Waterhouse, lefty shot. That goes wide. Goes off of a Briarcliffe player behind the cage. And this will still remain Bear ball. Jack Rishardi, who has 1 goal, 2 assists today. He's drawing the long pole. A Fry Fry. Penalty comes down. So the Lafayette fans not liking that. Briarcliffe goes back on the man up with 5:18 remaining here in the third. 5-4 remains our score. Bears up by 1. Hill over to the near side, now working it around. So it's the 32nd man up. We're only down to 10 seconds remaining, doesn't matter. Shot between the hashes by Anthony Capasso. A man up goal. And both of Capasso's goal have come identically from that spot on the man up. With 4:57 remaining in the third, Briarcliffe taking back a 2-goal lead. Well, they announced it as Proctor from Capasso. I think should be Capasso from Proctor. 6-4 is our score. Briarcliffe now 2 for 5 on the man up today. And off of the draw, whistles blowing. It'll be Lafayette Onondaga Lancer ball. Defense coming way out. Adrian Murrain. Murnane, the defender on the far side. Zach Delaney. Now to the near side, the 16, Reed Jakowski. Jakowski back to Delaney. Feed near side. Top this will go Gentile. Lefty shot. Sends it just wide. Who's closest? They're going to rule Briarcliffe. Briarcliffe closest to the end line. 3:52 remaining and counting in the third. 2-goal lead for the Bears. They will get the successful clear. Not much to it that time. In front. Big save, rebound, put in front. And for the first time today, we have Briarcliffe leading by 3 and a penalty right at the end. Seven 4 is our score. 3:35 remaining. Briarcliffe with 3 of the 4 goals here, and then let's see what the penalty is. Going to be on number 7, Y Wheel. So Rockmore getting the goal unassisted, and now they get a man up. 2 for 5 on the man ups today. This is a minute going against Wild, the defender. That hit coming after the goal was scored. I'm surprised it was only a minute. Benson goes back to 14, Capasso. Halfway through the man up here for the Bears. 3 minutes remaining in the third. 7-4, Briarcliffe. Briarcliffe seizing control of this game in this third. The feed in front. Proctor the save. Big save. Proctor the shot. Dix with the save. Off of the rebound, Briarcliffe will come up with it eventually. Only 5 seconds remaining, the man up, however. Ricciardi, we're back to even strength. Briarcliffe 2 for 6 now with a man advantage, but they have the possession and a 3-goal lead here. As now we're down to a little over 2 minutes remaining in this third. Anthony Capasso will kind of stroll around. Capasso now putting on the burners, trying to get around his defender. The shot, save made by Dix, and Dix will get that in the crease. Long pass, finding his man. That's Jakowski in transition. Jakowski. Briarcliffe gets back. Ethan Gentile had nowhere to go. 1:40 remaining in the third. Big possession here for Lafayette Onondaga, down by 3. On the far side, 33 is Dylan Lyons. He is their leading scorer. He has 55 on the season, but that's going to be thrown away. Ground ball right at the midfield stripe. Nobody goes offside here, and that's going to be picked up by 29. Waterhouse with the ground ball. Clearing attempt here coming with 1:07 remaining. As Healy will walk it up. Now ahead this goes. Here's the shot. Save made by Dix again on Waterhouse. And now Dix will send it ahead. Dix sidesteps a man. Dix firing it ahead. Finding 16 Jakowski. Jakowski left side over to Trevor Hill. 44 seconds remaining in the quarter. Another big save by Colin Dix has led to this opportunity, keeping his team in this game. Delaney double teamed. Delaney trying to get around. Now he sends it over to Mason Homer. Homer, number 20. Fires. Scores! The defender let him off just ever so slightly. And then going down low was number 20. Both goals have come that way here. Big goal to keep this a 2-goal game now. Mason Homer, his second goal today. '24th of the season for Mason Homer. 7-5 is our score. 26 seconds remaining in the quarter. Donahue has been strong today for Briarcliffe at the X. Donahue kicking it ahead. And that's going to be won eventually by Lafayette. 16 seconds remaining in the quarter. Feed to the near side, going to Hill. Hill going back, 20 seconds. Homer, 5 seconds. Homer has to make something happen. Mason Homer feeding it down low. The odd shot goes off the side of the cage, and then it will bounce all the way out of the stadium. 7-5 is our score as we head to the fourth. One last quarter of high school lacrosse in New York State coming up next. Our score after 3, Briarcliffe 7, Lafayette 5. It's a 2019 NYS PHSAA Class D Championship on the NFHS Network.
Coaches teach your kids to dream. Coaches teach your kids to overcome. Coaches teach your kids good sportsmanship. Coaches teach your kids proper technique. But who teaches your coaches?
We go to the fourth, the 2019 New York State Public High School Association Class D State Championship on the NFHS Network. (7-4) after Rockmore's goal, but Mason Homer with a big goal, 26 seconds, and then Lafayette actually had another opportunity right at the end of the third. But it goes off of the side of the iron, and our score remains 7-5. Still a ground ball off the face-off, being kicked around, and now the Bears with an opportunity to pick this up, which they will. Getting hit in the head, and the officials missing that one, was Aiden Murnane. And this goes 26 with it, Hoffner. Elias Hoffner, first time we've called his name today, and he helps with that clear. We've had a few lead changes in this game, but Briarcliffe has led the entire second half. Capasso shoots, and that's going to be saved by Dix once again. Dix had a good line of vision for that. Now, we should mention, Dix is looking back up into the sun at this end of the field. Clearing attempt thrown away, however, and Briarcliffe to bring it back in. 1 minute gone by here in the fourth. On the near side, near the numbers, Noah Benson will send it behind the cage. Proctor has it. Proctor to the far numbers. Proctor with it. Sending it back to 8, Spencer Rockmore. Now Briarcliffe being very patient with this possession. Getting a pick, far side. Feed instead goes behind the cage. Proctor right around the crease. Now he'll pull back, sends it back up top. Waterhouse fires and scores. From 17 yards out. Matthew Waterhouse getting his first goal of the afternoon, and Briarcliffe taking back a 3-goal advantage. It's now 8-5. 9:52 remaining. They'll give Proctor an assist. And the face-off. Kicked ahead. Briarcliffe's going to come up with it. And then strip from behind. Good play there by 11, Jason Holbrook, resulting in this ground ball. That ground ball picked up by 16, Reed Jakowski. Another ground ball near midfield, but now, guy you want to have it, Dylan Lyons. Lyons with just 1 goal today. Lyons sending it ahead. Base it, fires and scores. Mason Homer with the goal, his 3rd of the afternoon. It's 8-6. Lafayette fans fired up here. 9:25 remaining. So Lions with 1 goal, 1 assist. Mason Homer with his 3rd of the afternoon. The X is going to become paramount here. And one of the best in Class D, Michael Donahue, taking it once again. This will be Donahue going against Papineau. Face off. And they will say the push is going against Lafayette. Ruled over to Briarcliffe. Rispoli to the far side. Back there defensively is Wyatt Weil, number 7. Benson. Now, Briarcliffe, they did this last time too. They will just be patient outside of the box. You can see the shadows here at Growney Stadium beginning to set. Stretch across the field here as we're nearing the 7 o'clock hour. Rispoli, and that will be taken away. Here's Mason Homer with it. Mason Homer trying to clear this on the far side, brings it on the offensive side of the field. Lancers in transition, flag coming down. And that's because they have 7 people on that side of the field. So if you have 7 defenders, why not keep the 7 defenders on? This will go. So a mental mistake that you never want here, particularly the second Saturday in the month of June. Here's the shot. Scores on the delayed penalty. Zach Delaney with 7 defenders on that field. Delaney didn't care. He let that one go. It's now an 8-7 game. Delaney's second of the game. He opened the scoring today at the 10-20. Penalty is released after that. And now the Lafayette fans are alive here. Donahue winning the draw, and he's retreating in his own end. So Briarcliffe trying to take back the momentum, but they've got to advance. Far side Waterhouse, and Waterhouse has Green ahead of him, and he'll glide into the box. 7:40 remaining in this game. It's a 1-goal game once again, 8-7. Last 2 goals scored by Lafayette Onondaga. Ricciardi. Now there's the shot that goes well wide, and the official on the far side ducking out of the way. Proctor letting that one rip. Between the hashes, it's Waterhouse. Now to the near side to Proctor. Proctor will walk it behind, and he's drawing the long pole of Kobe Thomas. Proctor trying to reverse his field. Thomas is with him stride for stride, so Proctor gives it up, gets it back. Under 7 minutes to go. Fans sensing the importance of every touch now in a 1-goal game. Benson behind the cage. Making his move. Dishing it off. Proctor. Waterhouse sending it over to the far wing, far hash. Benson going in. Benson. Back to Proctor. Proctor fires, but he let that one go well wide, and that's actually going to be touched down on the far side. Accidentally by Ricciardi. A ground ball. Will it be saved? No. And it still will be Briarcliffe ball. Long possession. We're nearing the midway mark of the 4th quarter. If Lafayette can get a stop, you're going to hear these Lafayette fans explode. keeping it in the box, but just being very slow. Now outside of the box, Benson over to Proctor. Proctor in the far corner taking it himself. There's the slow play warning, our first of the day, so the ball has to stay in the box. Proctor with it. Proctor dancing around, firing it back up. Shot off the iron. Karaming and trying to go for that ball. And outside of the box, they waved it off. They're going to call the timeout. Getting that ground ball was Anthony Capasso off that rebound. 5:14 remaining. Class D championship. It's the 2019 New York State Public High School Athletic Association Class D Lacrosse State Championship on the NFHS Network.
The NFHS Learning Center is the leader in online education for the interscholastic community. At NFHSLearn.com, you can find over 60 courses for coaches, administrators, officials, parents, students, and performing arts programs, including over 25 free courses such as concussion in sports, heat illness prevention, sudden cardiac arrest, and protecting students from abuse. For more information, visit the NFHS Learning Center.
5:14 remaining, and we have, which is going to be an exciting finish here. You can wait on your dinner plans. Trust me, if you logged on, you care about these two programs, I couldn't tell you which way this is going to go. What I can tell you is that Briarcliffe is going to have the ball after the timeout called by head coach Alfredo Mayola. 5:14 remaining. Briarcliffe 8, Lafayette Onondaga 7. Off of the whistle. Loose ball on the far side, and that'll be tracked down by Capasso. .445 remaining. Proctor with it. On the end line. Proctor. Hands it back. Proctor now dishing it off right side. Waterhouse with it. Waterhouse trying to bounce it wide, but Proctor was over on the near side. Taking valuable time off the clock here for Lafayette. It's down to 4:10 remaining in this game. Elliott Jones will step out on the field. We haven't called his name today, getting a run in. Here's the feed. Waterhouse fires. Big save. Colin Dix picking that one off cleanly. Here's the clearing attempt. And an opportunity for Lafayette Onondaga to tie this game. We're down to 3:38 remaining in regulation, dare I say. Near side. Lions, player to watch. He's on the near numbers. He'll send it behind the cage to Hill. And a timeout is called by the Lancers. 3:29 remaining. If you're just logging on, let's get you up to speed on how we got to this point here today. It was Zach Delaney scoring minute 39 into this game, giving Lafayette Onondaga a 1-0 lead. But the next two goals in the first quarter would give Briarcliffe a 2-1 lead. Kyle Proctor with his first, and then it would be Anthony Capasso making it 2-1. Dylan Lyons would tie it up for Lafayette 2-2. And then Mason Homer with the goal. His first of 3 would be today. Homer with the goal. And after 1 period of play, Lafayette with a 3-2 advantage. We had only 2 goals in the second, and both of them were in favor of Briarcliffe. Donahue off the opening faceoff, took it right down the center. 8 seconds into the second, 3-3 our game, and their halftime score will be 4-3. The long pole, Andrew Kanofsky, with 22 seconds remaining in an unsettled situation, 4-3 is our score. 5-3 the lead would grow to. Ricciardi, 10:53 in the third. Hill for Lafayette making it 5-4. 6-4 Capasso, 7-4 Rockmore. Homer cutting it to 7-5. Waterhouse making it 8-5. But then the last 2 goals have been scored by Lafayette. Mason Homer's third, and then Delaney's second today. And now with 3:26 remaining in this game, Lafayette with the possession. They're down by 1. 8-7 Briarcliffe with the lead. Gentile will have it between the hashes, drawing a long pole way out here. Gentile trying to scoop it down low, and I think it's pretty evident that in their film study they want to go low on this keeper. A couple of goals have come kind of ground ball-ish, if you will, like that. Whistle will blow. The empty set right now cutting down low, will be Gentile. Homer cutting down as well. Lions sends it behind the cage. Hill is back there. Gentile. The shot. High and wide, and Lafayette closest to it. And Lafayette Onondaga Lancers with 2:29 remaining. Lions at the numbers, has it stripped away, but that's going to be picked up there. Now here's the shot, and a goal. We are tied. An unsettled situation. The senior, Reed Jakowski, his 51st of the season. None bigger than that to tie this game 8-8 with 2:20 remaining. Three straight goals for Lafayette. And now, Michael Donahue is going to be asked to win another draw at the axe here. Whoa, 8-8, 2:20 to go. Face-off, being contested. Donahue wins it. And Briarcliffe with an opportunity with 2:10 remaining. Proctor. Who wants to be the hero today? Rockmore. Now, you can't possibly think you can kill all the time here. At least I wouldn't think that would be the plan here. There's still 1:45 remaining. In other words, hold for the last possession. Proctor at the near numbers. Capasso. Fans are really into it at Growney Stadium here today. Great setting here for high school lacrosse. 1:25 remaining. Capasso sending it back. Ricciardi now with it, drawing the long pole. Ricciardi trying to get around his man. Whistle. Timeout called. Alfredo Mayola with 1:17 remaining. The Bears head coach says, let's talk it over here. In an 8-8 game, we will break and we'll come back. It's the Class D state championship game on the NFHS network.
A smile, such a simple gesture, an effortless contraction of muscles, a flash of teeth. Healthy smiles have the power to spread joy, courage, and love. When you smile, it transforms you and the world around you. So if you feel the urge, go ahead and use that simple gesture to spread joy. Keep your smile healthy and strong. Choose Delta Dental, protecting more smiles than anyone.
Well, of all the games we've called today, this one is no doubt the closest here. 1:17 remaining. Both fan bases now rising to their feet. What a great scene we have here today in suburban Rochester, New York. Who can step up here for either team? Clock starts rolling as Proctor looks back at his coach. Now Proctor's going to take a John. It looks like maybe, just maybe, they're going to try to wind some time down before they do something. Proctor, now we're under a minute to go. Proctor dishing it back. Rockhouse has it. Rockhouse drawing the long pull of wheel. 47 seconds remaining. Rockhouse. Left side, Rockhouse. Throwing it behind the cage. Proctor with it. 37 seconds remaining. Ricciardi. Back between the hashes to Capasso. 27 seconds remaining here in regulation. Now it's evident Briarcliffe wants to take the last shot. 20 seconds remaining. Falling down. Loose ball. Big ground ball picked up. Kobe Thomas has given Lafayette one last possession. Timeout call. The Briarcliffe ride has been very good today. It will be put to the test one last time. Kobe Thomas, senior on this team, number 18, getting that ground ball, had it long enough. The timeout called by Chris O'Hara. State championship on the line here. Now, in regards to the clock is at the left end. They're shooting at the right, so you don't have that benefit of knowing exactly. When you see the shot, you better take it. Well, here comes the clear of the season here for the Lafayette Onondaga Lancers. 14.6 seconds remaining. And with the possession on the far side will be Zach Delaney. Two defenders are over in his direction. Delaney is going to try to take this to the center of the field. Delaney feeding it ahead. There's now 5 seconds remaining. Can they get a shot off? The feed. Shot! Sends it wide! And the time will expire. We are going to overtime. And it's only fitting as fans are applauding here from both sidelines. Overtime in the Class D championship game.
A smile, such a simple gesture, an effortless contraction of muscles, a flash of teeth. Healthy smiles have the power to spread joy, courage, and love. When you smile, it transforms you and the world around you. So if you feel the urge, go ahead and use that simple gesture to spread joy. Keep your smile healthy and strong. Choose Delta Dental, protecting more smiles than anyone.
Hey, we've been here all day. Why not here be all night? It's a Class D championship game, and we now we'll have a golden goal situation. Overtime. 4 minutes going up on the board. The next goal wins it. That's it. Edge of your seat television here, folks. My name is Gene Battaglia. Gary Zajac, our director, Kevin Thompson on the camera. This is the Class D championship game on the NFHS network. So here we go. As it has been all day here, Michael Donahue to take the draw for Briarcliffe. Skakarwe Papanow to take the draw for Lafayette Onondaga. And it would be to state the obvious that this is the biggest draw of the year here in overtime of the state championship game. Face-off will be won by Papanow. Papanow wins it, but what's the whistle? The timeout. Lafayette calling the timeout. Papanow looked around as if to say, what? There was no push. We got the draw. Didn't realize that his head coach had called the timeout. So getting it all set up. While we have a minute, let's congratulate all of the games, all the other champions today, as it was Massapequa winning today over Fairport to start our day. Our day began at 10 a.m. today. Massapequa over Fairport in Class A. Victor then taking it over John Jay. Victor, the Class B champions. Congratulations to head coach Jim Andre. Class C went to Shoreham-Wading River with a win over Jamesville DeWitt. Congratulations to head coach Mike Taylor, Shoreham-Wading River, with their first state championship since 2012. And here in Class D, you can hear the fans on both sides. Lafayette scored the last 3 goals in the fourth quarter to send this to overtime. Mason Homer, his third of the day. Jack Delaney, his second. And then Jakowski, Reed Jakowski, his 51st of the season. Here we go. Golden goal situation. Delaney between the hashes. Sends it far side. Over to Dylan Lyons. Lyons with 1 goal today. Lyons sends it off. Here's the shot. That's it. That's it. Lafayette Onondaga, the champions. Reed Jakowski, your game winner. What a way to go out for the senior. Reed Jakowski burying it off of the timeout. And your heart breaks for those kids from Briarcliffe. Time of the goal, 27 seconds in overtime. Reed Jakowski. 2 goals today. He had the tying goal with 2:20 remaining in regulation. And then the overtime, the golden goal. And congratulations to the Lafayette Onondaga Lancers. What a thriller here today in Class D. And for Briarcliffe, no reason to hang your heads. That game could have gone either way today. So stay with us for the awards ceremony. We're going to take a break, and we will show you the awards ceremony. Our special thanks to everybody here, including our director, Gary Zajac, our cameraman, Kevin Thompson. My name is Gene Battaglia. This has been a privilege to call this game today, the Class D Championship. Once again, our final score in overtime. Lafayette Onondaga 9, Briarcliffe 8. This has been the Class D New York State Lacrosse State Championship game on the NFHS Network.
Presentation of our awards. But before we begin the ceremony, let's acknowledge number one, this is the best game of the day all day. And let's acknowledge both these great teams for their accomplishments this year and their play. It's a tough road to get to the finals. We had two fantastic teams out there battling for the Class B title. Giving out our awards today is Jim Amon Jr., New York State Boys Lax Chairman. Tim Mullins, Assistant Boys Lax Chairman, Joe Altieri, the Assistant Executive Director of the New York State Public High School Athletic Association, and Chris Watson, Director of Communications for the New York State Public High School Athletic Association. We'd like to start out by congratulating the Briarcliffe Bears, making it to the championship finals. We are saying wishing each of the players the best of luck in their future endeavors. We're going to call out each member of the Bears to receive their finalist medal. Starting off with Briarcliffe, number one, Kyle Proctor. Midfielder number two, Dallin Stoop. And attackman number three, Charlie Boyer. And attack number four, Jack Ricciardi. And midfield number five, Michael Donahue. And midfield number six, Nico Santucci. And attack number eight, Spencer Rockmore. And defense number nine, Chris Tavares. Goalie number 10, Evan Van Camp. Midfielder number 11, Luca Vargas. On defense, number 12, Nicholas Reich. Bears goalie, number 13, Ian Leahy. Midfield, number 14, Anthony Capasso. And midfield, number 15, Matt Zaretsky. On defense, number 16, Andrew Ganowski. And midfield, number 17, Brett Blackman. And attack number 18, Elliot Jones. On defense, number 19, Aiden Murnane. On defense, number 20, Joe Boyle. On defense, number 21, Tim Isola. Midfield, number 22, Brandon Rispoli. On defense, number 23, Kevin O'Donnell. And midfield, number 24, Noah Benson. defense, number 26, Elias Hoffner. And at midfield, number 29, Matthew Waterhouse. Finally, receiving the finals plaque from Briarcliffe is their coach, Alfredo Miola. Big round of applause for our Class B runner-up. And now we'll present the championship medals to our starting in goal, number 1, Colin Dix. Up midfield, number 4, Trevor Hill. On defense, number 6, Bryce Perrin. On defense, number 7, Wyatt Wild. On attack, number 8, Colton Strand. On defense, number 9, Nate Clyde. On defense, number 11, Jason Holbrook. At midfield, number 12, Ethan Gentino. At midfield, number 16, Reed Kikowski. At midfield, number 17, Zach Delaney. At defense, number 18, Cody Thomas. At midfield, number 20, Mason Homer. At midfield, number 21, Colton Keene. At midfield, number 3, Aiden Abbott. On defense, number 25, Jesse Hill. At attack, number 29, Saliwade Capito. At attack, number 32, Carter Gentile.